Hello, this is Kyla from Hidden Gems Literary Emporium, your family-owned nonprofit community bookstore, nestled inside of Above Our Studios right here in New Brunswick, New Jersey. And today on Ask the Author, we have a very special guest all the way from North Carolina. Yes. And her name is Ginny Sylvester. Wait, did you want people to know your last name?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, aka Ginny Stone, and she is the author of this book, Paw Prints, Bodie's Search for Home, which is available and on display here at Hidden Gems. We're very happy to have it, and thank you, Miss Ginny, for joining us today, first and foremost.
Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Why don't we start by you telling us what inspired the production of this book. Let's start there.
Well, my intention was to write the story as an educational guide for children who are interested in adopting a pet. I want to raise awareness to the plight of stray animals and to the importance of caring for them. I once had a cat, and that was lost for 8 months, and she wandered into a shopping center, and a concerned person saw the phone number on her collar tag and called me. And we were reunited.
Wow.
Basic.
I read that on the back, and I thought that was unbelievable. That this cat, and what was the cat's name?
Susie Q.
that she wandered for almost a year.
I know, all winter.
Wow, and survived and thrived.
I know, she was scrawny and hungry, and
wow.
But it happened, yeah.
Yeah, she's a huge testament to the power of faith and determination and not giving up. And she was probably thinking about you the entire time. Like, I am getting back home. I'm getting back. Sometimes things take time, maybe longer than you would expect. But if you guys were both thinking about each other, it was bound to happen at some point. I thought that was incredible when
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So is she the first stray animal that you have brought into your home or had an affinity for?
No, I've had other stray cats, but she was like a little buddy of mine. We were together for 14 years.
No, wow.
She was special.
That is a long time. We also have an affinity for animals, and we've worked with a lot of dogs and rehabilitating dogs who maybe had an ailment or couldn't walk and things like that. Thank you, Dante. Okay, hope to see you on Sunday. And so I thought this was cool. You don't see a lot of children's books that talk about this. And so before we get into the content, let's talk about the cover really quick. How did you come up with this cover? And I learned previously, before we started recording, that this is not what she looks like, right?
Well, she can look like that if you want. I like the black and white. The cover comes from the story where she wanders through the town. Mm-hmm. And at the edge of the town, there's a row of townhouses.
Okay.
Just like on this picture. And then she wanders into the countryside after that. I thought it would be good for children, maybe 8 to 10, or maybe even younger. In school, I thought it would be a tool for them to read as a guide, just to show them that these animals need to be taken off the streets, need to be cared for.
Yes. I feel like a lot of...
I was hoping to get it in the classroom, because the interviewer, they gave me a 5-star rating, said it should be read by students.
I agree, because it's not a topic that we often think to share with children unless we have a personal experience, like our son, he knows about animals because we are animal people. But, not everyone is, animal people, especially in today's, era. It's more about technology, or some people are just in the hustle and bustle, and they might see a you know, a cat or a dog that's obviously astray and they won't, you know, or lost, and they won't take the time to see what's going on. I remember this one time we were passing out food. We have a food distribution program every Sunday. And so what happened? Oh, yes, we were walking to the car and we see this little white dog who's going to the bathroom on the lawn. And we're looking around, we're like, where's this dog's, you know, owner? But the dog looked confident, like he lived there, like he knew what he was doing, and, you know, but we were still a little concerned. We were like, okay, let's just see what's going on. So we're you know, coaxing the dog. My husband is trying to walk behind him. And so long behold, he did know exactly where he lived, and he went right to his house. We talked to the neighbors and said, you know, does this dog live here? They said, yeah, you know, everything was fine. But the point is, and I think this is also what you're trying to instill in children, is to just have a caring heart towards animals, you know, and other animals. So, why do you think it's important for us humans to care for and about not just stray animals, but nature in general?
Well, I think it's our responsibility. They depend on us, whether we realize it or not. And we can feed and take care of them better than they can do that for themselves often. Yeah.
It's kind of our job, too, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's our responsibility. Okay. Can we talk about how or who illustrated this cover?
The first publisher was Archway Publishing. They created that cover. Okay. And yes, I went to 2 other publishers. The last one is Book Trail, what you're with now.
Yes.
But the cover was created by Archway.
Okay.
With the story in mind.
Right. People always say, "Are you a cat person or a dog person?" We do.
Well, I don't think it matters as long as you love animals, or
That's
at least
right.
feel responsible for them.
That's right. I agree. I'm going to flip open to a page of this book. And let's just see what we... Okay. Page 15. So what happened? Oh no! Did somebody get hit by a car?
Well, this is what can happen to animals who are walking on the roadside.
Yeah.
They're exposed to the elements and to the vehicles that we drive.
Yes, and the dangers of life. Okay,
Yeah.
so then Okay, so now I'm on page 5. Okay, so this is the beginning. So when the sky turns to dusky pink and orange red with the setting sun, she finds herself at the edge of town. She sits down to lick and groom her rear paws, which are dirty and sore from her long day in the city. She has left faint tracks behind her on the sidewalk. Oh, perfect segue. I didn't even mean to do that. I really did.
That's
I didn't
the
do
idea.
that. That wasn't me. Behind her stands a long row of tall houses. In front of her, on the other side of the street, beyond the curb of shrubbery and long grass, she can see a narrow dirt road that wraps around a big cornfield. When the bright moon casts its silver light on the ground, Bodie crosses the street, creeps through the bushes, and silently approaches the field. Within the field, she can hear small creatures squeak and scurry about in earnest. The noise draws her into the tall, leafy twilight as her predatory instincts kick in. She slinks under the green stalks and immediately spies 2 small gray mice. They see her and begin to run. She gives chase, twisting and turning, rapidly smacking her paws down hard on the ground, frantically trying to pin one down, but they're too quick for her. That's because she's used to eating out of a bowl. She needs to get her instincts back up.
Yeah, I could imagine seeing that happen.
Yeah. I've seen it. I've seen it.
Well, that's what they have outside. They have critters.
Yeah.
small critters
Yeah.
to feed on,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
Very, 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 very cute story. I'm gonna read the summary and then feel free to tell us anything else that you feel like we should know about this book. So Bodie is a young cat who was born behind a seafood restaurant. How convenient
I thought
for
that
her.
was poignant.
How convenient for her. The friendly employees feed her. One morning, the restaurant does not open, and Bodie is forced to look for food elsewhere. She roams the city streets until she comes to the edge of town. From there, she ventures into the countryside, where her wandering nature puts her in danger. Scared and injured, Bodie's search for a home eventually takes her to a young girl in a safe haven. Let me read about you too while it's here. Ginny Stone lives in North Carolina. Her love for cats prompted her to write this story because she is concerned for the welfare of homeless animals that need to be adopted. She once lost the shelter cat for 8 months. Luckily, her pet wandered into a public area and a thoughtful person contacted her via the number on the cat's collar tag. They were miraculously reunited. That certainly is a miracle. I cannot believe that. Wow.
Amazing, I know.
Yeah. What is one of the main things that you want? Because I would say that the theme of this book is good for children and adults. I would just say that.
Mm-hmm.
What is the main thing that you want to be stuck in people's hearts and minds after they read Paw Prints, Bodie's Search for Home?
Well, they can be your friends. They can be your good friends. And they really do have affection for people who take care of them.
Yeah.
And if you want that from an animal, it's easy to get if you can go to a shelter and adopt an animal that's there.
Right.
And there are many of them.
There sure are.
That need homes.
That's right. There sure are. And so Miss Ginny,
And they're lovable.
and they are. That is so true. And Miss Ginny and myself and Raymond and Truth and Wisdom here at Hidden Gems, we want to encourage everybody to think about going to the shelter and adopting an animal and bringing them into your home to love and care for the rest of their natural born life. And you know, some people give themselves excuses like, oh, I don't have extra money. It doesn't cost a lot of money. You know, dog food can.
No, it doesn't cost a lot.
It doesn't cost a lot of money to adopt them or to provide for them, you know, with food and things like that.
Exactly.
Cats specifically, you know, we know from having a cat, but also from living with cat. Raymond's brother has a cat, and that he's had since the cat's name is Beep Beep since he was a little baby. I remember the first day we brought him home. So cute. And they're very independent.
Yeah.
Very independent. Literally.
But they depend on you too.
And they do, for love and for a lot of other things. And but
you
yeah,
can take them to the vet and they'll appreciate you.
Right.
They may not show it right away, but they will appreciate being taken care of.
Of course, absolutely. And so, yeah, we want to encourage everybody to think about it, open up your heart and mind, and come on by Hidden Gems Literary Emporium to check out Paw Prints, Bodie's Search for Home. Now, you can also go on our website. If you click shop, you'll be led to our bookshop account. You'll be able to find it there. If you are a teacher, we have a lot of teacher friends here at Hidden Gems. If you're a teacher who is interested in getting a lot of copies of Paw Prints, give us a call. We'll be happy to connect you with Miss Ginny Stone. But how can people reach you directly, if you're okay with that?
Hidden Trail, Book Trails. I'm sorry, I'm putting your name with their name. Book Trails.
Okay.
Publishing company.
Okay.
They can get copies of the book.
Okay.
And it's on Amazon as well.
And it's on Amazon. It's also on Bookshop. If you would like to support your family-owned nonprofit community bookstore, we would love to help you. Teachers, summer camp counselors. Where else? I mean, this is a nice book to be in shelters when families and children come in, that they can come and get a copy. So again,
well, that's what I thought too in the beginning, and I went to some shelters, but they had to go through the Humane Society or whatever, so I couldn't just leave them a lot of copies to hand out, but I would like to do that.
Okay. Well, let's keep putting it out there, because you never know who you know, would see this. This would also be nice for organizations like the Humane Society, because I know they send out things to, you know, mailers to people. They do a lot of work with children and things like that. So once again, we're here with Miss Ginny Stone, author of Paw Prints, Bodie's Search for Home. And we love you all for reading. Miss Ginny, thank you so much for your time today. And
thank you very much.
No problem. And we'll be talking to you again soon. Thank you.
All righty. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Recording stopped.
Okay. How was that?